राम हरे 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 कृष्ण जय राधा राधिका रमन राधा राधिका रमन राधा राधिका रमन श्री राधे जय कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम कृष्ण बलराम जय कृष्ण बलराम जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा प्रभुपाद 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 निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत श्रीमद कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णवविंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहिए श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की नवदीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की गंगा माई यमुना माई की भक्ति देवी तुलसी देवी की कलयुग पावन हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की श्री श्री राधा राधिका रमण भगवान की कृष्ण बलराम की जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की पतित पावन गौर निताय की संवेत भक्तवृंद की निताय गौर प्रमानंदे ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू द असेंबल्ड डिवोटीज ऑल ग्लोरीज ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री गुरु एंड श्री गौरंगा ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्रील प्रभुपाद की। कृपया हमारे साथ साथ गुरु वंदना दोहराइए। हमारे आध्यात्मिक गुरु के चरण कमल ही एकमात्र साधन हैं जिनके द्वारा हम शुद्ध भक्ति में सेवा प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। मैं उनके चरण कमलों में अत्यंत भक्ति एवं श्रद्धापूर्वक नतमस्तक होता हूँ। उनकी कृपा से जीव भौतिक कलेशों के महासागर को पार कर सकता है तथा कृष्ण की कृपा प्राप्त कर सकता है। मेरी एकमात्र इच्छा है कि उनके मुख कमल से निकले हुए शब्दों द्वारा अपनी चेतना को शुद्ध करूँ। उनके चरण कमलों में अनुराग ऐसी सिद्धि है जो समस्त मनोरथों को पूर्ण करती है। वे मेरी बंद आंखों को खोलते हैं तथा मेरे हृदय में दिव्य ज्ञान भरते हैं। जन्म जन्मांतरों में वे मेरे प्रभु हैं। वे प्रेम भक्ति प्रदान करते हैं और अविद्या का नाश करते हैं। वैदिक शास्त्र उनके चरित्र का गान करते हैं। हे गुरुदेव, करुणा सिंधु तथा पतित आत्माओं के मित्र, आप सभी के गुरु एवं सभी लोगों के मित्र हैं। हे गुरुदेव, मुझ पर दया कीजिए तथा मुझे अपने चरणों की छाया दीजिए। आपका यश तीनों लोकों में फैला हुआ है। कृष्ण कृपा मूर्ति अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की।
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन यशोदानंदन ब्रजजन रंजन जमुना तीर बनचारी जमुना तीर बनचारी जय राधा माधव Punjabihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yasodhanandana Brajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Banachari. Yamuna Tira Banachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Punjabihari. Jaya Muspat Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Sattvaresvara Smadha Pridhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Kodi Vaishnava ki jai. Ramacharya Sri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai. Sri Radha Krishna Bhog Gopinath Sam Khund Radha Khund Giri Godan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, New Dwarka Dham ki jai, Swami Bhaktivedanta ki jai. All glories to their Swami. All glories to their Swami. Thank you very much.
Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Tad Etan Me Vijanihi Yataham Manda Thir Hare Sukham Buddhyeya Durbodham Yosha Bhavad Anugraha Taretan me vijanihi Yataham mandadhir hare Yataham mandadhir hare Sukham budhyeya durbodham Sukham budhyeya durbodham Yosha bhavadanugraha Yosha bhavadanugraha Taretan me vijanihi Yataham mandadhir hare Sukham budhyeya durbodham Yosha bhavadanugraha Taretan me vijanihi Yataham mandadhir hare Sukham budhyeya durbodham Yosha bhavadanugraha All, I am a woman. It is very difficult for me to understand the absolute truth because my intelligence is not very great. But if you will kindly explain it to me, even though I am not very intelligent, I can understand it and thereby feel transcendental happiness.
तदेतन्मे बीजानीहि जथाहं मंदधीर हरे सुखं बुद्धेय दुर्बोधं जोषा भवदनुग्रहा. So, this is submission. The process of understanding transcendental subject matter is not by challenge, but by submission. The whole bhakti process is submission. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's preaching. Tinadapi sunichena taroropi sahishnuna omanina manadena kirtaniya sada. If one is interested to advance by chanting, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advises that you should be humbler than the straw or grass and tolerant than the tree. Tinadapi sunichena taroropi sahisnana amanina. Without feeling oneself of becoming very proud of intelligence, he should give respect to others, and in this way one can chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra offenseless. So, Devahuti, although mother of Kapildev, because she is woman, not only woman, because she is going to be disciple or the student, she is presenting herself as very humble student, not that superior mother, no. Tadviddhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. One has to learn. The first condition is pranipat. Prakishti rupena nipat. Complete surrender. Pranipatena. Then pariprasna. Sadharma pricha. First of all, pranipat, full submission. Then pariprasna, guided by seva, service. We have to please the spiritual master, the teacher, by service. This whole bhakti process depends on service attitude. Sevanmukhi jivhado. I have several times explained this verse. Atha Sri Krishna namadi na bhavet grahyam indriya. Our present material senses are blunt. By these present senses, it is not possible to understand the transcendental nature of Krishna, his name, his form, his quality, his pastimes, everything of Krishna, they are all dibbam, divine. Janma karma cha me dibbam. So, dibbam, transcendental subject matter, is not possible to understand by these material blunt senses. Therefore, one has to purify it. That is bhakti marg. Sarvapadhi vinirmuktam tatparatena nirmalam. One has to purify the senses And when the senses are purified, then with that purified senses, Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhakti. When our senses are purified, then we can serve Rishikesa. Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam. Bhakti means to serve Krishna, the master of the senses, by our senses. But these present senses, they cannot be fit for serving Krishna. It has to be purified. So how this purification is possible? Sevan mukhehi jivhado. By engaging oneself in service of the Lord. And the first service begins from the tongue, jivhado. We have got many senses, sense organs, but devotional service begins from the tongue, jivha, jivhado, by chanting. It is very difficult subject matter, but it is made easy because Devahoti says, Sukham buddhiya, very easily I can understand, because I am a woman. So Krishna is open to everyone. Sriya Vaishya Satha Sudra. Although they are considered less intelligent, still Krishna is open to everyone. And especially in this age, Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangang Parambriti. Simply by chanting Krishna's name, this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha, one becomes liberated, and then Parang Brajat is transferred to the spiritual world. Although this Kali Yuga is full of faulty things, everyone is embarrassed with so many difficulties. Still, very easy method. This is spoken by Sukadeva Goswami. After describing the faults of Kali Yuga, there are many, many hundreds and thousands of faults. People will suffer. They are all described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. People, intelligence, bodily strength, mercifulness, everything will be reduced. And so many things are described. Some of them are very prominent even at the present moment. Just like in the Kali Yuga it is stated, Lavannam Kesadharam. People will think by keeping long hairs, they will become beautiful. Lavannam Kesadharam. So, that is very visible now, especially in the Western countries. They keep very long hairs. Dampatte ratime vahi. Marriage, husband and wife, they will be simply by agreement. Nowadays that is happening. You go to a marriage maker and agree, marriage is finished. Not like before. Dampatte ratimi bodhi. And rati means sex desires. So long their sex desires will be completed, they can lead. Shikaram eva hi udvahe. These are stated all. Vipratte sutram eva hi. To become a Brahmin, just have a sacred thread. Sacred or not sacred, get a thread, that's all. Without executing the Brahminical duties. That is going on. In this way, there is a long list of Kali Yuga's activities. So after submitting the list, Sukadeva Goswami says, Kalo dosha nidhi rajan asti riko mahan guru. My dear king, Parikshit, I have described all the faults of this Kali Yuga, but there is a special advantage in this age. That is, he said, Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Parangaja. People can become liberated and go back to home, back to Godhead, simply by chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevalam, Kalau Nastiva, Nastiva, Nastiva Tadirunda. So, this easy process, Sukham, Jivhado, it begins from the Jivha, tongue. If you kindly train your tongue to chant Hare Krishna Mantra, and if possible without offense, there are 10 kinds of offenses. If we avoid the offenses and you chant Hare Krishna Mantra, you become liberated. And it is very easy. Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangha Parang Bhaja. Mukta, anyone who is chanting Hare Krishna Mantra, if he is chanting sincerely, sincerely or not sincerely, if he chants, then he will become sincere and purified. Cheta darpana marjanam, bhava mahadavagni nidvapanam. So, this is the easiest process. So, durbodham josha bhavadurugraha. But this chance is gotten by the grace of Krishna. Bhavadurugraha. If Krishna sees somebody that he is sincerely chanting Hare Krishna Mantra, he is within everyone. Ishara sarvabhutanam niddesha arjuna tishtati. So he can understand that here is a sincere devotee. Then he gives chance. He, as Chaitya Guru, the super soul, Chaitya Guru, and this external Guru, he gives the chance of meeting external Guru also, his representative, so that Krishna helps a sincere devotee externally and internally. Internally, he helps himself as Paramatma. Buddhi yogam dadamitam. Krishna said, I give him intelligence from within. And without, externally, his representative, the spiritual master is there. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Guru Krishna Kripaya Pai Bhakti Lata Bead. Combination of Guru and Krishna. By the grace of Krishna, one gets a bona fide Guru, and by the grace of the bona fide Guru, one gets Krishna. This is going. So, as we are fallen, similarly, Shastra has given us very easy method to appreciate our transcendental life, our blissful life. That is Krishna consciousness movement. This we are teaching everywhere, that you chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu, and when they are advanced, they are engaged in deity worship, in preaching work, and so many others. Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasam Sakkhamatma Nivedanam. So, Devohiti Devi, she thinks herself because, oh man, Josha, Durbodham, so she is accepting her son as Guru and very submissively, and she wants to understand the very difficult subject matter very easily by the grace of Prabhupada. This is very important thing, to receive the causeless mercy of Krishna and the spiritual master. Both. By Krishna's mercy we shall get spiritual master, and spiritual masters Jasya Prasadad Bhagavat Prasad. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he has very much stressed on the mercy of Guru, and that is actually fact. If we receive the mercy of Guru, if we can satisfy Guru by our service, and if he gives his blessing, that is very, very great opportunity. Jasya Prasadad Bhagavat Prasad. Guru is confidential servant of Krishna. Guru never claims that he is Krishna, he is God. That is not Guru. Guru, although worshipped as Krishna, Krishna, Sakshad Haritena Samasta Shastri, not in one Shastra, but all the Vedic Shastra, they describe Guru, Guru Brahma. They describe on the equal footing. Guru being representative of Krishna, he is worshipped as Krishna. Sakshad Haritena Samasta Shastri. All Shastra recommends that. Tatha bhavataiva sadhi. And those who are pure devotees, they accept. But that does not mean that Guru declares himself that I am Krishna, I am God. No. Kintu prabhuja priya evatas. He is the most confidential servant of Krishna. Therefore he is very dear. And as he is very dear to Krishna, if he recommends somebody, Krishna accepts him, he will accept. Jasya Prasadad Bhagavat Prasad. That is the system. Guru is very confidential servant of Krishna. Why confidential servant? Because he is canvassing door to door, please become Krishna conscious. Please surrender to Krishna. Krishna says to Arjuna, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam saranam bhaja. And Guru takes that very mission, but does not say like Krishna, say you surrender to me. He says surrender to Krishna. But one has to surrender to Krishna through the via media of Guru, not direct. This is the process. Therefore, Guru accepts, respects from the disciple, not for his personal sake, but conveying the respect to Krishna. This is the process. Jasya prasadat bhagavat prasada, jasya prasadat nagati kuto. If you cannot get the mercy of Guru, then it is very difficult to approach Krishna. We cannot approach Krishna direct. Evang parampara praptam emang rajarsaya vidu. That is the statement in the Bhagavad Gita. Parampara. Guru, he offers the same respect to his Guru. His Guru, he goes in this way, goes to Krishna, parampara. As the mercy of Krishna comes through the parampara system, similarly, the offering of respect to Krishna goes up through the parampara system. That's what it is stated, Bhavadanudgraha. Bhavadanudgraha. Please kindly become merciful upon me. So in this way, one has to learn how to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Our Vaishnava system is Adu Gudbasam. If we want to approach Krishna, then in the beginning, Adu, the beginning is to take shelter of Guru. That is being shown by Devavati. Although his son, he is begging the mercy of Kapildev, so that by his mercy she could understand what is devotional service and how to approach Krishna. Taditanme bijani jataham mandadhi. So this is very good qualification. Mandadhi. My intelligence is not very sharp, manda. That is special in this age. Of course, Kapildev and Devavati was not in this age. Still she is submitting because she happens to be a woman. And although she is such exalted woman that she could give birth to the personality of Godhead Kapildev. She was not ordinary woman. Still she thinks Mandadhi, I am less intelligence. Mandadhi Hari Hare, my dear Kapil, you are Supreme Personality of Godhead, but I am Mandadhi. My intelligence is not very sharp. Still I want to understand the sublime subject matter, transcendental subject matter from you. So it is possible, is it Bhavadanudgraha? If you become merciful, then it is possible. This is the process. So in order to get the mercy of Guru, so jasya prasadad bhagavat prasad. We must search out a bona fide spiritual master, representative of Krishna or Kapildev, and then we shall submit and offer service. In this way, we shall please the Guru, and if he is satisfied, then our business is complete. Jasya prasadat bhagavat prasad. Jasya prasadat nagati kutopi. This is our. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu recommended this process. This process, jnane priyasam mudapasa namanta eva. The process of understanding or approaching the Supreme Personality of Godhead is this. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu approved this when he was discussing with Ramananda Rai. So, the process of approaching the Supreme Lord. So he first of all explained the Varnasam. Varnasam charvata purushena parapuma. Vishnu aradhate. The human life is for Vishnu Aradhana. That is the human life. Vishnu Aradhana. The Varnasam, the system, Chaturvarnam Maya system, Krishna says, why he established this Chaturvarnam Maya system? Because through the Chaturvarna systematic institution, following the rules and regulations of Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, one can approach Lord Vishnu. Vishnu Aradhate. This Varnashram Dharma is very important. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that it is very difficult even to execute the rules and regulations of Varnashram Dharma in this age. Actually, that is a fact. Therefore, after explaining Varnashram Dharma before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Yo Badcha. Yes, it is one of the process, but in this age, it is very difficult. So who is going to be Brahmin? It is very difficult. Especially it has become very difficult in India. We are advertising, we are soliciting, please come here in this Hare Krishna land and just become a Brahmin Vaishnava, and we shall try to serve you by giving you good place, but nobody is coming. Therefore it is very difficult to revive the old Varnashram Dharma culture. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu therefore said, no, it is all right, but it is very difficult now. He is practical. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Namo Mahavadana Krishna Prema Pradaya. He is studied by Rupa Goswami as the most munificent avatar incarnation. There are many incarnations, but it is most munificent. Badana, the supreme charity. Why? Krishna Prema Pradaya. He is distributing love of Krishna like anything. Krishna Prema Pradaya. One cannot understand Krishna. Manushyanam sahasresu kaschid jatati siddhai jatatamapi siddhyana kaschid vettimartha. To understand Krishna is very, very difficult. Out of many, many millions of persons, one tries for making his life successful, and out of many, many such successful, jatatamapi siddhyana, one who has attained siddhi, such person one may understand Krishna. So Krishna, to understand, so first of all we cannot understand Krishna. Then where is the question of love of Krishna? If you do not understand somebody, how you can love him? Love is far, far away. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so kind that he is distributing Krishna Prem. Take anyone. Come on. Krishna Prema Pradaya. Therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very practical, that I want to give Krishna Prem. One should be ecstatic, emotional in Krishna Prem. One shall cry for Krishna, and he taught everyone by his practical example how he was mad after Krishna. Govinda Virahinam Sunnayatang Jagat Sarvam. Govinda Virahinam. This is Krishna Prem. Without Krishna, one should see everything vacant. This is Radharani's Prem. And that is not possible for ordinary human being. It might be possible for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and few devotees. Just like his immediate disciples, the 6 Goswamis, they were also following the same principle. In Vrindavan, the 6 Goswamis used to live, but they were seeking Krishna. becoming mad. He Radhe Brajadevike Chalalite He Nandasuna Putaha Sri Govardhana Padavatale Kalindivane Kutaha Goshantaviti Sarvato Brajapure Khedai Mahavyuhalu Bande Rupa Sanatanam Ragajugo Sri Jiva Gopal. So they were mad after Krishna. Where is Krishna? They never said we have seen Krishna. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also, he said, I was dreaming of Krishna, and why you awake me? I lost the charm. In this way, they are making bhajan. This is called Viraha bhajan. Viraha bhajan. Separation. That is very recommended process. So we should be awakened. Awaken our consciousness, Krishna consciousness, in such a way that being separated from Krishna, we shall become mad after it. This is called Krishna Prema. That Prema was being distributed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and is still distributing. So, how this Prema can be awakened? Easily. That has been recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, quoting from Lord Brahma's prayer to Krishna, Jnane priyasam mudapasana mantayeva. Don't try to understand Krishna by your teeny knowledge. We are imperfect. How we can speculate on Krishna? That is not. Because there are certain persons, Jnanis, they want to know, just like theosophists, they want to know the absolute truth by speculation. But that is not possible. Athapi te deva padambujadayam prasadaleshanugrhito eva hi janati tattam na channa ekopi chirang vichinna. Chirang, for many, many years, if you speculate, you cannot understand Krishna. You have to receive the mercy of Krishna through the spiritual mind. Then it is possible. That is recommended by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sthane sthita sutigatang tanuvang manobhi ji prayasa ajito. Krishna's another name is Ajito. You cannot conquer it. When Krishna was present, he had to fight with so many demons, but nobody could conquer him. That is the history. He conquered everyone, but nobody could conquer him. He is conquered by his devotee only, that's all. That's what his name is, Ajita. Ajita, if you want to conquer over Ajita, then it's simply Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that don't speculate. Thane sthita jnane priyasam udapasam navanta eva. Be submissive. Krishna, I am very poor. Krishna, I have no means to understand you. So, if you kindly be merciful upon me, then I can understand something about you. Surrender. That is what. Krishna is very merciful. As soon as he sees that somebody is surrendered, Sinnatang sakatha Krishna punnasavana kirtana riddantasta vadrani vidhunati sahitsatang. If we, this is the process, if we hear about Krishna, sthane sthita sutigatang tanuvang manobhi, you remain in your position, don't change. Either you are Brahman or Shudra or Grihastha or Sannyasi, doesn't matter. But you hear about Krishna. This is the process. This is the first class process. So we are opening hundreds and thousands, not thousands, we have opened about 102 centers all over the world. But we want to open thousands. But we are in need of assistance, but nobody is coming. Anyway, the Europeans, Americans, some of them have joined. Still, we require many thousands. Because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission is Prithivite ache jato nagaradik gram. He wants to spread this Krishna consciousness movement, not in this city or that city, but Nagaradik gram. Just like here we have opened a center in Gandhi gram. But in Bombay, such hundreds and thousands centers can be opened. It is so big city. Similarly, there are other cities. It is required. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. Prithivite ache jato nagaradik gram, sarvattar prachar haiva monna. And that is the duty of the Indians, Bharatvasis. That is also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu desire. Bharat bhumite manusya janma haila ja. Janma sarthak kari karo paropakar. This Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, Krishna prem, distribution, is the best, topmost paropakar, welfare activity. Therefore, every Indian should take up this job. Bharat bhumite manusya janma. So, every Indian should understand the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or the philosophy of Krishna, Krishna consciousness, the same philosophy. Krishna says his philosophy is Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam. Just surrender to me. I will give you protection. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's philosophy is the same. He is Krishna. But as he has appeared as devotee, he says, Jare dakho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. Whomever you meet, you Indian, Bharatvasis, you just try to understand this Krishna philosophy, Bhagavad Gita, and make your life successful, and go door to door and say this, Krishna upadesh. What is Krishna upadesh? Sarva dharman parityajya mami. Best you become Guru. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, we should give chance to people to hear about Krishna. Therefore we are opening so many centers. Please come and hear about Krishna. Then gradually you will assimilate. Because Krishna and Krishna's words, they are not different, absolute. When we hear about Krishna, that means we are directly associating with Krishna. And the more you associate with Krishna, the more you become purified. Riddhantasta vadrani vidhunati. Krishna helps in washing your dirty things within the heart. Cheta darpana marjanam. The same thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. Then, when we are free, tatparatina nirmalam, you become purified, we become purified. Then immediately we revive our Krishna consciousness and engage ourselves in Krishna's service. Thank you very much.
Extra special, nice, a little later on, and then we knew that he loved us so much.
first time I saw Srila Prabhupada was in the LA airport. I think it must have been about 200 devotees went to greet him. We were a huge crowd and a loud kirtan, and everyone was pushing forward. And there was a space above the partition where the passengers were coming out, and you were able to see. If it was a tall person, I remember a Stetson hat came by and something else came by, and then we could understand, no, that's not Prabhupada. And we kept pushing forward more and more, and the kirtan was bigger and bigger. And then I felt someone pushing behind me, and I thought, that's odd because I'm at the back of the crowd. I was a very new devotee. So then I turned to look, and there were two businessmen behind me, sort of mid-20s, suits and briefcases and everything else, but they were looking and looking to see who we were waiting for. Then suddenly we saw a danda raised above the partition, and we knew, Prabhupada must be coming. So then Prabhupada came out, and we all paid our obeisances, and there was the most amazing feeling of like a tidal wave rushing through me from the very depths of my being and pouring out, and I just cried and cried and cried. And then finally, when I stood up to go and follow the devotees who were following Srila Prabhupada, I turned, and these two businessmen were standing there with tears pouring down their faces. It was such an amazing experience to see how they were touched just by a moment's association with Srila Prabhupada.
Those times in Udorka when he would come in through the right-hand curtain, he would bow flat, down. The Govinda prayers would be so beautifully floating in the atmosphere. Then he would stand up and look at Gornitai with his hands folded, and he would do in front of Rukmini Dwarkadish the same thing. It's just the same things that we would always do, but when Srila Prabhupada was there, you understood the depth. I mean, you couldn't understand his depth, but your appreciation for Dandavats would increase unlimitedly by seeing Srila Prabhupada pay Dandavats to the deities. When we built the new temple room in New Dwarka, I remember the first time he came to visit there. That was the first time he ever looked me in the eye. And I was jumping so high just because he was there, and just because he's such an ecstatic personality, I just couldn't help jumping. And I remember him looking at me and looking a little surprised at how demonstrative I was.
The day that we inaugurated the temple, it was Bhaktisiddhanta's disappearance. That day, Prabhupada said, I'm not going to sit on the Vyasasana. He took Bhaktisiddhanta's picture and put it on the Vyasasana where he would normally sit. So we spent most of the day cooking and spending the day with Prabhupada. And towards the end of the day, we were reading the prayers that Prabhupada offered to his spiritual master, the famous Vyasa Puja offering. And Tamal Krishna started reading it, and he started crying. And so then he gave it to Brahmananda. And then Brahmananda started reading, and he started crying. He gave it to Gargamuni. And Gargamuni started reading, he started crying. And so this way it was handed down to different devotees. And eventually, by Krishna's grace, we got to the reading. And then after that, Prabhupada had a kirtan, and Prabhupada was dancing with the devotees, just like Lord Chaitanya, surrounded by his associates. And Prabhupada held up his hands and just started dancing from side to side. I remember looking around, and everybody was up dancing and chanting and crying uncontrollably. Everybody was dancing and chanting and crying uncontrollably. Prabhupada put us directly into Chaitanya Lila. It was so powerful. You had a direct experience of Chaitanya Lila by his potency.
We simply follow the predecessor's instruction. That's it. Our movement is very easy because we haven't got to manufacture something.
Nowadays, a lot of devotees like to speak of Prabhupada as being very soft and compassionate. There's no doubt about that. But his compassion often would manifest in the most determined, focused way. He was the personification of the expression strictly business. He had a mission to do, and left no doubts that he had a mission to do. And he expected his followers to be his assistants in his mission, and he would thank them for that, for helping him to please his spiritual master. If you will simply print and distribute my books in every language of the world, all over the world, automatically Krishna consciousness will spread. That was spoken in Los Angeles. I never forgot that. It was like the master stroke for ending all kinds of speculation. Prabhupada just laid it on the line. It was not that the ISKCON leaders were fanatical. It's just that Prabhupada laid it all on the line, and this is what he said. What could we do? Except try to fulfill his desire the way he said it would be fulfilled. That was our only value. Back then, devotees knew our only value is to just try to fulfill Prabhupada's desire the way he wants it fulfilled.
We are receiving the transcendental knowledge through Guru Parampara, succession. So we have to simply take instruction from Guru, and if we execute that to our heart and soul, that is success. That is practical. I have no personal qualification, but I simply try to satisfy my Guru. That's my Guru Maharaj asked me that if you get some money, you print books.
Prabhupada was teaching us the Sri Upanishad in the mornings. We could barely do anything. I mean, at least certainly myself. And the Sanskrit was just a blur, at least to us. And Prabhupada was teaching us the Sanskrit. And he would offer his obeisance before the three altars, and when he would sit down, we would all bow down. And then we would come up and we would chant the mantras. And only Jayatirtha really was learning them, and a couple of the devotees. And after maybe a week of this, he could tell we weren't taking it seriously. Prabhupada said, I am writing these books for you. You have to know these books. He said, if someone stops and asks you, can you read this, the Sanskrit? And you say, no, I'm not reading, I'm just selling. Prabhupada said, what is that? I'm writing these books for you. And it was just pleading with us. So then we took it very seriously after that to learn the Sanskrit.
Yeah. So I took up this from his mouth that he's very fond of books. And he told me personally that if you get some money, print books. That's what I'm stressing on this point. Where is book? Where is book? Where is book? So kindly help me. This is my request. Print as many books in as many languages and distribute throughout the whole world. Then Krishna consciousness movement will automatically increase.
The dance troupe portion of